Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see everyone coming in. Please make sure that you are sharing this information. Happy Sunday. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, giving an opportunity for everyone to log on. Also, everyone, so please make sure that you are sharing this information. It is 5 o'clock. Happy Sunday. If you are joining us and you see that you don't have any family with you, I'm asking you to reach out to your family, reach out to your friends, and make sure that you are joining us on Your Mortality. The link has been provided. If you did register with us, it has been sent to you on a Eventbrite. If you were receiving us from a phone of a friend or so forth, that link that is streamed through YouTube is available for you. So if you're jumping on here now, I am getting prepared to go live with Own Your Mortality. So I'm asking you to make sure that you are jumping on, make sure that you are notifying somebody else. You want to meet me over at Own Your Mortality. Link is in the bio. We're going live on YouTube today. I can't wait to talk to you, spend this Sunday with you, also spend this Sunday with you and your family and friends. So make sure that you are logging on, make sure that you are sharing this link. So make sure that if you haven't, please make sure that you are going over and joining us, joining into the link. Meet me on Your Mortality, coming to you live for our Sunday Fun Days, Sunday Dinner Edition. So make sure you're meeting me on Your Mortality. Link is in the bio. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Make sure that you are sharing the word. Make sure you're sharing this link. This link is available to anyone on YouTube, available for anyone. Didn't want to limit us specifically to Instagram and or Facebook. So please make sure that you're sharing this link. If you do follow me personally on any of my social medias, I have provided the link for you. But if you are joining us if this is your first time with Own Your Mortality, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are encouraging you at this time, if you have not, make sure that you are subscribing to Own Your Mortality. Make sure that you are subscribing to the link so that you can stay in contact with us, stay updated with us, and know what is coming. If again, just reminding, making sure before we get started, we're going to give an opportunity for a few more people to come in. Give an opportunity if you do not see again, if you are not seeing any family and friends, please make sure that you are encouraging them to come over. Please come over to this page on Your Own Your Mortality. So just giving an opportunity for a few more people to come on over. Sorry, just playing a few some elevator music as people are signing on now, encouraging everyone to please send out your reminder text if you don't see a family member or friend on here, reminding you to just join us, giving you an opportunity to get on. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone's Sunday going? I'm hoping that it is going well. It is a little rainy here in Philadelphia, so I'm hoping that it is better weather for some other places. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just reminding everybody again, if you just jumped on, make sure you are hitting the subscribe button below for the YouTube. Also making sure that we are available to keep you updated with also on Instagram through Own Your Mortality as well as Facebook. So please make sure that you are liking and sharing this link. Hello, hello, hello. Just going to give a few more minutes. We're going to start in about 3 minutes. Don't want to take too much of your time. I know that it is Sunday. Everyone is getting their day started or finishing up their day. I'm sorry. Hopefully you are a combination of getting some work done, but also spending some time with family and friends. But I just wanted to jump on today and spend a little bit of time with you. So we will literally, I just sent out some last minute text messages encouraging not only my family as well to make sure that we're jumping on. So you too, if there are a few people you don't see on here, make sure that you are jumping on and making sure that you are participating with us. Alrighty, welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a few other people that are coming in. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Be Live with Own Your Mortality and Death Care Drone, starting a series of speaking and having a conversation with your family. So welcome. I see that people are filtering in, just reminding as you are coming in, making sure if you have not, make sure that you are subscribing to the Own Your Mortality YouTube channel. Also making sure that you are staying in contact with us on all modes of social media, Instagram, Facebook, all that is available. But again, just wanted to make a universal way for us to get some information and spend some time with us today. So I appreciate you coming over to YouTube and outside of your comfort zones. I believe for a few people, and encouraging you again to just send this information out, for I do believe that this will be very, very helpful for now and some years to come. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So I do want to turn down the music, and I do want to officially just open up this live. I want to welcome you to the second live, second Sunday, second month of Own Your Mortality, specifically with hosting it myself, the Death Care Joan. Just to introduce myself and to set the tone for today in the room. First and foremost, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday and welcome to Own Your Mortality. Welcome to the second series again of having a conversation with your family. And it is also entitled Sunday Dinner at Granny's House. So just tell you a little bit more, but as people are coming in, just to get things jump started, but tell you a little bit more of what is Have a Conversation with Your Family series. What is the second month that we are going to speak about today? Today's topic is healing, specifically heal. You are worth it. So I'm hoping that you guys are loving this wonderful hat. So we will definitely talk about it more, but definitely just a way of expressing and sharing some additional things, and hoping today that you are leaving with some tips, some coping, some ideas, some light of just, as we are working day to day to participate in our everyday hustle bustle, but definitely of Own Your Mortality and creating and encouraging an environment of awareness and learning. Encouraging an environment that fosters for us to be able to live our best lives, die our best deaths, as well as ensuring that our families as well are taken care of in the process. So welcome. Let's open the floor. As again, my name is Amina Cowan. Amina Cowan. I am born and raised in Philadelphia, PA, West Philadelphia. I am currently a employee as well as a staff member in the world of funeral service. I am a recent graduate from mortuary school, hence why I am in the field, as well as why Own Your Mortality was created. Just to share a little bit background about myself, I decided to go into the funeral service field as a second career, but also as well as a dream that was within, but something as simple as just simply saying to help, and continue to bring awareness, as well as serve the community in a light that a lot of people are not wanting to, or thinking that it is fearful to do so. So that is who I am. I did complete mortuary school at Macalester University, in the process of also transitioning into aspiring as a licensed funeral director and owner to come. So again, I just wanted to welcome you, just wanted to redirect and just stage the room for today, for if this is your first time, if you are returning, if you are friends and or family, I just simply want to welcome you and appreciate you for coming. So March, starting off in our second series and starting off right from the bat to say, heal, you're worth it. That is the topic of this month. And kind of, I know you're saying, what does that mean? Or where am I kind of going with this? Heal is a very universal word that can go amongst in so many different ways. But also just starting off with this month, as well as we are highlighting the topic of healing, surrounding around traumas, surrounding around loss of any kind, whether it be a loss of a loved one, whether it be a loss of a job, whether it be a loss of a relationship. Healing alone is an umbrella of falling all amongst those, but then also starting with the notion that healing, it starts within, it starts with first. Also, if healing is the beginning of a lot of other things around us that we're not realizing, is anyone else questioning why are sometimes some things a certain way, or why are some things not moving in directions we're wanting to, or why is our family again having a certain experience, whether it be the loss of a loved one, whether it be a new business starting, and or whether it be just the conversation of generational wealth that is needed. Also, the purpose of this month is to bring to attention within healing. It also brings to the attention of the importance of mental health. pairing together with Own Your Mortality, but specifically with myself, the reason that Heal Your Worth It is so near and dear, it is starting a campaign that we are going to pair to starting with Own Your Mortality of encouraging worldwide the notion of healing within and starting first, but then healing within then encourages you to be able to heal and encourage different conversations and difficult conversations or positive conversations with family members. It also will allow you to encourage and have different dynamics with friends as well. But it is starting amongst ourselves. I know I can't, and you can share on here as well. I know that I'm not the only one that sometimes wakes up and say, I'm not necessarily feeling the best today. And that's okay. I know I'm not the only one on here that can simply say I'm not, that has experienced a loss. I would be naive or vain if I did not share and continue to have these topics in reference to personally myself experiencing, family members and friends around me, but the consumptions around as we're having conversations of saying, hey, I think if we do this together, or even just starting one at a time of healing of some of the different things that can come from there. So also, as we are healing and as we are setting the tone for conversations of this week that we can start having with our family, what is the way that we started with this series to make sure that we're doing it in light of things? I don't know about you, but I know me, I am someone who loves to eat. So that is even surrounding around, again, why Own Your Mortality, but specifically our Sunday series of Dinner at Granny's House, going back to the basics to ask and encourage within yourself that you're working on and healing with yourself, that you're also going back to some of the basics and healing within our families. I don't know about you, but as a childhood memory and or now, my grandparents' homes, both on my mother and father's sides, were just that created family. We knew that even if there were things of hustling, bustling going on, Sundays, at least once a month, we knew that we were coming together. And that was either with my grandparents on my father's side or my grandmother's side. So just coming back and encouraging you as well, or even to ask you, and please feel free to share, where do you gather on Sundays? Where is your family? Is it at your parents' house? Is it at an aunt's house? Is it as a cousin's house? Things are changing. And at this particular time, I'm a firm believer to say there's no set way of where it needs to be as long as it is happening. So feel free to share that as well and provide feedback as where you guys are eating today. So let's jump in today and let's start and talk about healing your worth it. Also, I'm sorry, just not to cut back this month. I do want to highlight that we are for our meals of encouragement. I thought that it was a great thing to say that on Sundays when you're trying to figure out what to cook, that we would take the time to highlight different culinary professionals that are around and or within our family or friends, or just different ideas that when we are coming together and trying to have these conversations, we're also having some good eat. So if you did register, if I'm not mistaken, and that was just a little, hint, and definitely we'll be sharing that as well. But my family today, we are sharing the meal of a Caribbean seafood rice. So I did take the opportunity to share that link and recipe. It was provided by a near and dear person to me, a cousin of mine. She is an amazing caterer. She is located in Atlanta, Georgia. She is also providing services here in Philadelphia, New York, DC, and surrounding areas. So I also encourage you, outside of taking an opportunity maybe this week to try out that great recipe, to take an opportunity to check her out. She's definitely able to provide, for any catering services or things of those. So I would be remiss if I didn't make sure that you guys are checking her out as well. So all her information will be provided in this live. So please make sure you check her out. Please make sure that you try this recipe that you can share with your families as well. So starting off, healing. Healing in encouraging and saying that it starts with within, and saying and reminding you're worth it. Can everyone say with me, you are worth it? Also taking the time to remind you that in healing, and when it starts, you have to acknowledge that takes one step, and it takes you to move forward and wanting to move in that step. So something that we're going to share today is that, and you can repeat after me, heal, you're worth it. Knowing that we must think that we are worthy of healing. Do you believe that you're worthy of healing? knowing that healing is not easy, knowing that healing takes time and it takes work, but also reminding that you are worth it. All of us individually, amongst our families and amongst our friends, there is something that we are needing to heal from. Grief is real, childhood traumas are real, different concerns or disagreements that we have amongst our family and friends, it's real. And day to day, we're not understanding of how it is affecting us and the day-to-day things that we want to do, not only individual, but how is it affecting day to day within our families, and how in the regard of how we need to handle business. So when things such as saying, hey, I would love to go into business with my family. I would love to create generational wealth in the family. And I have conversations a lot of times with different individuals, and they're saying, hey, I don't know why, or hey, we can't even sit down and have a conversation, or hey, how come you are able to maybe do a business venture with a family member, but maybe I can't? Something that we've been encouraging and starting off and starting this campaign and holding everyone accountable to say, let's start first and saying, heal that you're worth it, and healing that you're worth it in the regard to say it starts within. So let's think of some different ways for us to heal, starting and giving some different tactics of healing, such as therapeutic things. Starting off and giving some helpful tactics of saying that healing can be done with therapy. Healing can be done with picking up a new hobby. Healing can be done with having and talking to family and friends and having different conversations amongst each other that may have been difficult before. These are opportunities that you would be able to improve. It improves first starting with self. It then improves with working within one family at a time. And then in turn, that would then move on to making each community better at a time. So this is the reason that we are bringing up the topic of talking about healing. You are worth it this Sunday. Also, this is the tip for the week, that when you are going out this week to have conversations or encouraging conversations amongst your family and friends, but first encouraging, we're starting to say, let's encourage a conversation starting with first. Let's encourage a conversation and ask and say, hey, are we really being honest and saying that we don't care about the job and or maybe the financial circumstances that we may be experiencing within the COVID? Are we no longer going to take the chance to say that maybe something that we've experienced in our childhood that could have been traumatic, and or in our adulthood that could be traumatic, rather again, a loss of a relationship, a job, or a loved one? Are those different things that we can work together for us to heal through, for us to go to therapy, for us to be able to speak to someone instead of holding it in, instead of blowing up, instead of us thinking that we're not able to have a different experience, or that every experience now moving forward would be the same. So what is even, it's interesting, and I'm not sure if they're on here, but if they are, Alicia, I have to share. It's something that jumped out as well this week that I was looking. I have a friend of mine who decided to pick up the hobby of skating. And in her skating is something that she has also been expressing that it is her newfound therapy. It is that she's healing. Her putting on skates, her getting out, her doing new tricks, her being in different environments, of course, safety within COVID, but it is something that is allowing her to release some of the different things and or dynamics. We are human beings. We are encouraging that everyday hustle and bustle and not taking a break, not paying attention to our self-care, not paying attention to our mental health. It does affect us. It is affecting us individually. It is affecting the relationships that we have amongst family and friends. And it is affecting our relationships within our workplace, because healing then in turns makes sure that you are aligned. It is making sure that you are happy. It is making sure that the days when you are not happy and you are not able to feel that you're, just able to jump up and be gung-ho about it, it gives you the ability to be able to redirect. It gives you the ability to say that in 2021, there's not one person that is a human being that has not experienced a form of loss, that has not experienced a form of grief, that has not experienced a point of pain. But at this particular time, calling into the light to say, we're going to talk through it, we're going to heal through it, And the reason being is that we are worth it. Our families are worth it. In tune, this is now starting the series, and the goal is that moving forward, starting in our months to come in April, starting in our months to May, June, and so forth, each month we will be highlighting a specific either coping and or creative idea and or tactic for either individually for you to start now and heal, to individually to and or to copaesthetically for you to start working on healing within your families and within your friends of groups, so that now we can have conversations at Sunday dinner and or places to follow about things like life insurance, things like a family living will, things such as this handy dandy book of such important things that your family needs to know that we are working on. So that is something, just to redirect the room, that we did share that came up last month that is very helpful, that Own Your Mortality is currently working on now to help and provide to the community a very helpful book. It was shared last month when we were speaking about an opportunity of speaking of the taboo of death. We were talking about an opportunity of a resourceful workbook that can be put together and provided, and even something that is an even more pleasant to look at, but something that is sharing information and important things that your loved ones and or the individuals around you should know about you. God forbid if anything ever happens. God forbid there's different important things. I know there's tons of people on here that are entrepreneurs. You are parents, you are aunts, you are uncles, you are grandparents, you are all these immaculate things. And with these things come responsibilities, come assets, become liabilities, and all of these different things are important, that they need to be in one place, if for God forbid if they were ever needed. So not to kind of change or redirect in that, but then to share that is an example as well of resources in tune that are available and that you can work and that can be incorporated in your healing. But today we are simply starting at the root, and we're starting here. We're asking everyone who is joining us here that this week, when you are setting out to talk to your families, when you're setting out to talk to yourself, this week, that you're given an opportunity to say, I'm deciding now to own my mortality. I am now deciding to heal because I'm worth it. I am now taking the active pledge to move forward and do something to make a change in my healing, to make a change in my family's healing, so that generations to come, legacies to come that can be built and moving forward is now the new narrative for our families. Healing, again, is not easy, and it requires work. It does require you to no longer be a part of the taboo just as much as death, to no longer be a part of the taboo about not talking about mental health. It is important that we're talking about mental health. It is important that we're acknowledging that just like I can go to therapy, you can go to therapy, your family members can go to therapy. But even when sometimes we talk about family therapy, we talk about couples therapy, we forget to start about talking about individual therapy. We forget to talk about at the ages that we are in adulthood, that it is reality. There are different things that we have experienced in our childhoods and our years to come that are affecting us today. It is affecting us about the different experiences that we're experiencing now. And because we didn't heal from then, we're now still carrying it here. So how do we start releasing? How do we start letting go? How do we start healing? How do we now start creating a different story and narratives for our families and our communities? If we don't do it, who does it start with? That was a time in the attention specifically in reference to your healing and your worth it. I appreciate the time. I definitely want to open it up for any questions and concerns that anyone has. Also, as you are setting out this week to meet with your family and friends, I'm challenging you. Not able to have Sunday dinner today with a family member, I'm encouraging you to try to have family dinner at some point in time this week. I'm encouraging you to do something fun, even make light of it. If you can't do a family Sunday dinner physically, then you need to do something virtually. If you can't do something virtually on a Sunday, I am challenging you to do something different during the week. I'm challenging you that now creative things like going out on a walk or going out to a happy hour, if you're someone who actually even, partakes in things such as that. There are so many creative different ways to have these conversations, in addition to create environments that are comfortable to have these conversations with each other. A lot of times that we're identifying, rather if it is conversations that I'm having with friends or families, having within the funeral homes, things of those natures, there is a conscious effort of saying, it's uncomfortable. It's not okay. I don't feel comfortable. My family doesn't feel uncomfortable. This is a hard conversation. And I'm here to tell you, yes. But what is any different harder than some of the social things that we talk about? What is even harder of us ignoring it and not talking about it, but continuing to add more trauma to our lives or experiencing more headaches in our lives rather than positive things in our lives? Reminding you that Own Your Mortality is creating the environment for your family and friends to be able to live your best life, to be your best version, that's mentally, physically, financially. That is the goal that we are setting out and creating resources for each other to be able to deliver those in different factors. So before I do accept any questions and concerns, just to summarize for today's Sunday and reminding that healing, you're worth it. We're encouraging that this week that you are having a conversation, initiating a conversation, whether it be through a text message, whether it be through an email. It's 2021, so I'm encouraging you to be creative. I'm encouraging you to think outside of the box. I'm encouraging you to also start with yourself and ask, hey, am I the one who might be creating the uncomfortability? Is there something that I need to heal from? Is there something that I need to have a conversation about prior to us having a conversation as a family, prior to us being able to come to a round table? Maybe those conversations need to start in smaller entities. Maybe conversations need to encourage of a buddy system. Simple things of even saying, I can't go and not speak about the importance of accountability. Find one person that you can hold accountable that is creating something positive for you. If you're someone who's experienced a recent loss, I'm challenging you to reach back out to the funeral home that you have a relationship with, or reach out to myself and or other individuals that are in the funeral service field and ask them for resources pertaining to aftercare. That too is going to be highlighted in May. So this is setting us up in a series to little by little for us to learn together, to be aware together, but specifically for us to heal together. So I want to take the time and to open up if there are any comments and or questions. I do have the chat open, so you are able to comment in there. I hope that you are able to. I'm sorry, I'm checking. Sorry, guys, bear with me. You should be able to. All righty. So are there any questions and concerns? Does anybody want to share? Also reminding everyone, if you are able to write in the chat and holding everyone accountable, if you can say, heal, I am worth it. Also, just to let you know, checking out if anyone is interested in this wonderful hat, please let me know about that as well. These wonderful hats were created as a statement and accountability. I am also encouraging all around me. You are going to see me with this hat on. I'm going to try to wear it as much as I can as a reminder for not only myself, but my family, my friends, the community that we are serving on a day-to-day basis. Loss is all around, grief is all around, trauma is all around, hurt is all around, but we can heal together. We can change the dynamics together. It just requires us to be willing to put in the time and the work with each other. And I'm sorry, guys, you guys have to let me know. Are you guys able to actually write in a chat? I'm sorry. Bear with me, guys. I'm looking for feedback as well. I'm checking, sorry. Sorry, guys. If there is not a chat box, I do apologize. I believe it is supposed to be. Bear with me. We are still definitely getting accustomed to the live world. So okay, so I apologize again if there is not a chat box. Please, please, please do apologize. I will make sure. I'm just reminding, excuse me, this video is going to be posted for replay, for commenting, for sharing, all of those great things available. I'm reminding you guys to please make sure that you are subscribing. If you are subscribing, that is how we are able. Please make sure that you are liking this video. Please make sure you are subscribing to this video. Please make sure that you are following us and or have liked us on Instagram and Facebook. This way we can make sure that we are keeping you updated on your mortality, is wanting to make sure that you are always connected, that you're aware, and that you're feeling supported in owning your mortality. Owning your mortality, living your best life, as well as dying your best death. Specifically starting again with healing. This does conclude, I do want to apologize. It does look that for some reason there is not a chat box. So I do want to apologize, but I want to be proactive and fix this. So what we're going to do just for this segment, again, I am going to make sure that this video is saved as well as it's going to be accessible on Own Your Mortality. I'll also be making sure that there are forums that are provided all this week to make sure if there are any questions and concerns. I actually will probably midweek as well, actually just do another live individually within just the Death Care Joint to make sure that if there are any specific questions and concerns pertaining to today and healing. Also, I want to take the time to let you guys know already that we're going to be preparing for next month. We're going to be preparing for the last the last Sunday in April. And if I'm not mistaken, that is going to be April the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. So, or the 28th, one or the other. But we will actually be specifically talking about the healing notion of mental health and therapy. We have a phenomenal therapist that is going to be joining us and talking to us about healing, different hobbies, different tactics, different notions for us to take part in that. Also, just to leave you with today, one of the things that we are encouraging as something to incorporate into your daily routines is meditation. Meditation and breathing exercises to attempt with the healing and traumatic experiences, whether it be on a day-to-day basis and or things that are incorporating over time of actual situational things that you've experienced. But the overall notion of saying that there is not one person out here who's not in need of healing. Also, again, of saying that we can no longer do this by ourselves. We have to do this together. We have to do this for ourselves, our families, and our communities. one at a time. I want to thank you again for your time. I want to take the opportunity to wish you a phenomenal week. This week is going to be a great week. I want to also take the time to thank on behalf of the Death Care Joint and On Your Mortality of giving me the opportunity to speak again and give any recommendations as far as help and assistance and awareness. Please make sure that you are staying updated as well as incorporated on all our different platforms for information and time to come. Make sure that you guys are going to meet with your families. I hope that you're cooking something yummy. I'm also making sure, please make sure that you're staying up with On Your Mortality. If you're interested in these hats, they will be available as well. And just being a part of this campaign. We're looking forward to seeing you posting your pictures with your families. We're looking for you to give us more helpful factors of how you are owning your mortality as well as how you are healing. Remember, you're worth it, and we'll check in with you shortly. We bid you a good day. Happy Sunday.